Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to How I Did It. Well, today I'm going to show you how I took my window from this to this for just a smidge over $30 and a little bit of MacGyvering. So, went to the big box store. I bought their $29.99 vertical mini blinds for a sliding glass door. Brought them home, set the track in the window, got my length that I needed to mount this on the inside of that window frame, marked the frame, brought it down here, disassembled the end, and then I'm just going to use the cutoff wheel there and cut off the excess that I don't need. Now, to get this center shaft out, you just lift up the little forks there on the end holding that last tab and slide it over. That puts that metal pipe or metal rod out to where you can cut it off. And then I'll slide that back in and I'll use this cutoff wheel to go ahead and cut the actual track of the verticals as well. Now, just know that you do not have to use a power tool to cut these. A hacksaw will work absolutely perfect on it. You just have to be patient and not put a lot of downward pressure. This metal kind of bends fairly easy. So if you don't feel comfortable using power tools, just use a hacksaw. Also know a sawzall is not really a very good option. Those things just jump around and I didn't have much luck with it. Just my personal experience, the hacksaw worked well, this wheel worked well, but for some reason that sawzall, I think it was just so much force, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Finish getting your length cut. Now, if you want to hang this on the outside of your window, you may not even have to cut any of the length off of it. It may be just fine, and then you just cut the length of your mini blinds. Now, here's another benefit that I had. Yesterday, or the day before I shot this video, I actually installed one of these in another bedroom. The blinds were the same length as the blinds are going to be in this bedroom. So I have half of the blinds left over from the other set. So I'm also going to MacGyver them, cut them to length, punch new holes in the top to hang them up, and in reserve I'll still have one complete full-length set of blinds. That way, if a blind gets messed up, I can just take it out, put a new one up in there, cut it to length. It just gives you so many options. The other nice thing about these verticals, to have a custom blind put in, you know, you're talking about easily for a window this size, $130 to $150 is my guess. I did it for a little bit over $30. If I decide I want to have a color change, I can just go buy new verticals. They sell packages of them. I don't have to buy this whole track. And I can just put new verticals up in there. So the options are just really phenomenal to be able to change the amount of light that's let into the room, or in the case of Florida, the amount of darkening that you may want in the room. Especially in the heat of the summer, you get those really darkened shades. They call them room darkening or room blackout shades or whatever. They'll take and make that room look like it's nighttime. It's really, really just pretty darn cool. So here I'm using the other half of the verticals from the set that I installed yesterday. Here I'm simply cutting them to length, and then once I get them cut to length, I'm going to go ahead and mark my hole in the original vertical that I'm using as my template, and then I'm gonna go ahead and punch all those holes, and I'm simply using a hole puncher. I didn't go buy a special punch. Here I'm just marking it, so I'm using the actual original blind hole. That way the distance I have from the top of the hole to the top of that mini blind, they will all be the same, and that's the key. You want the length the same, but that distance from the top of that blind where that red arrow was at to the top of your hole, those all need to be the same in order for these blinds to hang evenly. Once you're done, it's just a matter of going over there and putting them up in. And like I said, for just a smidge over $30, you can have total sun blocking, you can have total privacy at night, you can have easy sun coming in, you can open these blinds up and have a nice breeze blowing through in the springtime. And this again just shows the holes that I punched there in the front. The top portion is the same distance as the original, which was behind it. Just the original, the hole was a little bit smaller, but they still hang just beautifully. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that this is maybe a 4. Be patient with the first one that you do, and then once you see how easy it goes, oh my goodness, you'll be doing this to every window in the house. Easy to clean up because they're vertical, not horizontal. Easy to change out. Just throw up a cute little valance or whatever over it, and it's just a dressed out window. Alrighty then, y'all have an absolutely wonderful and blessed day. I'll see you next time.